All right, time to check in on Divine Masculine. I wanted to figure out because I got this message and I was confused. I'm like, is this from the masculine or the feminine? The masculine or the feminine? And, it sounds like the universe does want to talk about the masculine right now because I'm getting this sort of hissy pissy sort of situation that the masculine could be in right now. I feel like tempers are flared and the masculine's getting caught up in some kind of battle with their karmic. We got speak and the devil shall appear. We do have the karmic path underneath their magic. Okay, like the one way of saying it is that the masculine is on a karmic path because of evil death magic, but this deck itself is actually really high vibrational, and I feel it more that the masculine actually has to step into their emperor like energy, but they don't know how to use their magic. That's something I have been channeling off and on lately. The masculine secretly believes in magic, but they don't want to admit it out loud. They're the type of person who'd say, like, I don't do energy work, but I can work with energy. And someone's level of discomfort of using their sacred power. But the thing is, it's just an excuse because the masculine is actually very powerful and they are looking for any kind of excuse possible to not have to learn how to use their magic properly, not having to use their skills properly. And whatever it is that the masculine is facing right now, again, with their karmic, they have to stand up for something and they actually have to see something for what it is. I do have nature spirits underneath their good fortune. I feel like they're trying to get away, trying to get a little bit of space. What do we have at the top over here? Shadow. Lovely. Okay. So, I got the card of the shadow here. I'm going to put the nature spirits hanging out up here and I am going to go ahead and shuffle. Because I need to look and see what are their feelings about their current situation. What are their feelings towards the karmic that is involved in this specific circumstance? I also want to check in to see how it is they feel about their divine feminine, and if anything, where are they at in terms of connecting with their inner femininity? And we'll get a message from the universe for you so that you can kind of get a balanced idea as to how to see this situation, especially if you are in no contact with this person at this time. We'll also check in to see what kind of actions the divine masculine is likely to take, and we'll see what the potential final outcome could be. When I say final outcome, it's really just the next steps. There is a brand new beginning in store for divine masculine, and it's something that in some ways they're avoiding it. I was talking about how they're avoiding using their magic, and it's because they haven't had a proper look at their shadow. They poured so much time and energy into this. Like, it's sort of as though if this tree was their best friend, it's like if they're a gardener, it's like they gave the tree a name and they're like best friends with the tree. But it's one of these things where maybe they can't afford the house that they're living in and they're becoming really heavily attached to their physical surroundings. But this karmic is making things so irritating at home. And because of circumstances, like whatever karmic contract this masculine got themselves into, they're in this frustrating, like headbutting grievance with this karmic, and it's putting them into a position where it's like, do I have to pick like my pet apple tree or do I pick the karmic? And they're worried about, in some ways, it's like, do I have to chop down the tree? Please don't make me chop down the tree. What do we have here? There's a bit of an opportunity. Oh man. I feel like this masculine could be trying to seek out help from people outside of their situation, or the karmic is trying to get other people involved. I want to get one more here. Something's being shed a light on this masculine's life. And I feel like, it's like this feeling of a sunset. There is an end happening for the divine masculine, but they have to see their shadow before they can continue in the light. And this person's trying to do everything they can to ignore all this. There we go. Heavily burdened and heartbroken. It's gotten too far. And it feels as though what started off as like a small pile of bullshit has turned into a mountain. And this masculine doesn't even know where to begin. What's their situation? Divine timing, feeling towards the karmic. Got the chariot. I want to clarify that. There's something weird within there. Divine Feminine. This is a brand new beginning. Um, it's sort of like this is a delay. This Seven of Pentacles, this is a major delay going on with them. And like it's like season after season, they've had harvest after harvest. They've celebrated anniversaries with this person. They've posted pictures online. They've physically committed to this person. And in some cases, if this is a live-in partner or a family member, they're so entangled financially with this person, they don't even know where to begin. And it's going to be even more challenging if the parents are heavily involved in this masculine's financial situation. Like, especially if it was like, for example, they own a house, but the only way they could afford to even buy the house in the first place was just because their parents gave them the down payment. They didn't even come up with the down payment for their own house. Um, and it's sort of like, even if they tried to sell the house, they would have nothing because technically they feel energetically that the house belongs to their parents. Like this person has never learned how to cut cords from their own family, but whatever situation this is, it's forcing them. They have, forcing. Oh my God, it's so awful. Oh, I'm gonna use the animal totem in a little while because we got the card of the devil. Like this is the karmic energy. And this is somebody who is bullying them. I really feel like the divine masculine, they've been trying to be even keeled. They're trying to be the stable one. They're trying to keep in their masculine energy. But this karmic that they are around is really beginning to bully them. It's sort of the sensation as though the karmic comes up with wild accusations, like absolutely wild accusations about what's going on in the world. And the masculine just wants to kind of show space. It's like, yeah, okay, I can kind of see how you'd see it that way. But the karmic takes it as though the masculine is 100% on board and totally agreeing with it. But the masculine's like, I don't really agree with it, but I don't want to argue with it. Two of Wands, like Nine of Pentacles. They know they need to make a choice in order to get to their own sense of financial freedom. Six of Swords. It's one of these things where they know when they get started, it'll be fine, but they're having a difficult time taking the first step because they have to get out of their comfort zone. They have to do something out of character. Got a King of Cups, which this is the beaver. The beavers are loyal and monogamous, and they have been like really loyal to this karmic person. I don't think the karmic is loyal back to them, but I feel like the masculine has a sense of pride. It's like, I know they're not loyal to me, but I'm loyal to them. And that's real loyalty. And that's just a big fucking card of strength. This is a stubbornness. This is the universe telling you, the viewer, why they're stuck in this particular cycle. They really think that it is good virtue to stay in a bad situation because as long as they're the ones who are good, they're the ones that are loyal, it makes them a good person, which means that this person, this masculine, is accustomed to being in one-sided dynamics. Maybe their parents are one-sided. Maybe they've had a religious belief that has made certain energies single-sided. This person has no idea on how to balance out the light versus the darkness because they were taught, ignore the darkness. This could be religious guilt. This could be parents projecting their issues onto their children. But I think right now, as I'm channeling this is the karmic projecting their problems onto the divine masculine. And the masculine, for the longest time, again, they took it. They were the proverbial punching bag. But it's gotten to the point where if I'm the masculine standing right in front of this horse and this horse is the karmic, it's coming towards me. And either this karmic is trying to block the masculine or trying to get in their way, trying to bully them. There's some kind of angry submission frequency that I'm picking up from this karmic. And the masculine is genuinely like frightened. They're trying not to be. They're trying to show that like, no, I know what they're like. It's like if they're writing off mental illness, they're writing off bullyish behavior. And especially if they've got friends who are under the spell of this particular karmic person's bullshit and pain, the masculine has a very distorted view on what reality is supposed to be. We've got Page of Cups, Six of Cups. This is a past life connection. This is part of the challenge right now with the karmic. they knew each other in a past life. They could have been siblings in a past life. They could have been a parent and child. Um, there's some kind of old family karma from a previous incarnation that's replaying itself in the masculine's life where they think that they have to just keep going back to this person. Like, why do they keep wanting to go back to this person? 10 of Cups. We're so happy. This is what a happy family's supposed to look like. See, we kiss and it means that we love each other. See, we have a picture together and look, we got kids around us. This karmic only understands happiness based on a publicity campaign, based on appearances. This is the person who takes pictures all of the time just to prove how happy they are to everybody else. Like, the masculine may not be posting many things right now. And if they are, it's like, the masculine's like, I'm just going to kind of show my own individuality. I'm trying to do my own thing. But the karmic is saying like, no, we're all together. Like there's these mixed signals going on. You got 5 of Cups really hiding that things are not good. It's sort of like on the surface with the karmic. They're happy, cute little happy feet, Elijah Wood. We're dancing little penguins all over the place, but they're trying to cover up that this is how they actually feel with the 5 of Cups. In a lot of ways, I see this being the masculine and this being the karmic. However, the karmic is totally blaming the masculine for it's like, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. This masculine is getting emotionally injured on a frequent basis. And again, this is all cups. This is all emotions. This is this idea that as long as they are just close to the shoreline, just close enough to love, it must be enough. Like, I'm really sad. I'm really fucking sad for this divine masculine because they are in an abusive situation. And I will point out to you that if you're watching this and it's like you suddenly realize you might be this King of Cups, you need to listen to what's going on because it means that there's something going on within your masculine shadow that you've been too intimidated to engage with. And it's not okay for people to act happy on the surface, but deep down inside, they're covering up their pain. And recognizing that you're not responsible for other people's emotions. But, back to the masculine and I talk about masculine in a third party perspective, mostly because divine feminines are the ones who would seek out these types of readings. But remember, you have both masculine and feminine polarities. And if you are a twin flame, you're going to be mirroring your counterpart. It will look different on the surface to each of you guys, but when you are able to take a step back and creatively think about what's going on, like there's inspiration. And I think that there's some kind of teeny tiny awakening going on with the masculine. It's sort of as though they observed something from you, and it could have been from the past. Especially if you were trying to show that you were happy and you wanted to be happy, but you still had pain deep down inside, but you were trying to deal with this. And they got confused because they're accustomed to people pretending to be happy, but burying their pain, and didn't take into account that you were trying to be happy while still working on the pain. Like, what do we have right here? 5 of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Emperor. God, I love this. I love this Emperor. Like, just his mood. There's just the masculine's in a really fucking bad mood. And I think part of it, some of it, not all of it, is that this karmic is attacking you. And in the past, they went along with it. I'm sorry to say, but they totally went along with it. They're like, yeah, I know, divine feminine, she can be kind of mean. And I feel like the masculine was an apologist. Like, you got to understand divine feminine went through this. You got to understand divine feminine went through that. No, divine feminine's a bitch. Like, it's sort of like, at first, the masculine wanted to give this karmic a bit of leeway because maybe there was a blowout. But it's like, if this has been going on for a very long time, a very long time, there's something that has lost its lackluster because this masculine wants to feel that passion and fieriness again that they had with the karmic feminine. That whoever this karmic was, yeah, they felt this for them at first. That's what happens when we're newly in love, we're in a new relationship, it's all hot and bothered, but it's gone from this down to this. And they're kind of stuck within the in-between because all they've been trying to do is to get their karmic back on board to being the thing that they thought it was supposed to be. And I know this is supposed to be about you. However, the masculine's still confused. They still think this karmic feminine is their forever person. What do we have here? There we go, forever person. They're trying very hard to prove to themselves that this karmic must be their divine feminine. I don't know what triggered it, and maybe it's because you said something to them, like what's Nine of Cups. They're so convinced that this karmic is their forever person. Like, I'm so annoyed. I'm sorry, guys. Like, I wish I could give you better right now. This person is so convinced that this karmic is their forever person. And they have to be in this dynamic because they're still not willing to see the shadow. We got a shadow here, we have a shadow there. And this person actually does have commitment issues. And you might roll your eyes because you may feel betrayed by this person, or you may have felt as though you committed everything to them and they betrayed you. Like there's some of that wounding right here. But with the beaver, I'm trying to figure out how I can phrase this. They're trying to prove you wrong. If you called them out and said, wow, you are non-committal, you couldn't commit to anything, maybe there's some kind of argument like that, you didn't do anything bad. You actually properly triggered the masculine shadow. And so they're trying to prove they could commit, but they're still dedicated to committing themselves to a shitty relationship. And in some ways, oh man, you were committed to them in the same way that they're committed to the karmic. This is actually a little bit of a triad sort of frequency. This is a different way that a third party energy can be interpreted. Like, think about how you were so dedicated to this masculine and how they just did not give you the time of day. But because of the way the energy is right now, you are committed to somebody, and maybe it's not this masculine, it could be somebody else. There's someone in your reality, divine feminine, that you're still committed to that will not be able to give you any sense of reciprocity. And the divine masculine is picking up the wrong signals because they don't know any better. And they're still dedicated to this karmic, even though the karmic's not dedicated towards them. Okay, then let's Nine of Pentacles. There's a warning within here, divine feminine. You are not independent. You're working towards it, but you're actually not officially independent. You may have released this masculine, and good for you. Like, my intention with these readings, this doesn't always have to be your divine masculine. This could just be a divine masculine or some kind of masculine energy that you've been dealing with. So you really do need to be very open and really trust your instincts and try not to force a narrative to work in a certain way. That's what this masculine is doing. That's what this karmic is doing. And I'm trying to show you some contrast so you stop doing this subconscious habit. You need to be free from people who are not interested in working with you. This is getting out of codependency. There's the devil. It came right back. Eight of Pentacles. Like, you keep working towards somebody who they'll make you constantly have to work towards their love. They'll constantly make you go through hoops in order to prove how good you are. And there's actually you never actually see the top of the cliff. You know, you'll constantly try to appease this person and you'll never actually get to the top because technically the top is way up here, but the card is showing only halfway to the top. And that's what this energy does. It keeps bringing you back for more. There we go. We got card of Temperance, which does cancel out this energy. Page of Pentacles. I feel like some of you guys are struggling with having a brand new beginning, especially if this person walked out of your life and it's caused financial ruin. It has caused mental and emotional ruin. And maybe even a sense of depression and anger. This person has really triggered your shadow as much as you triggered their shadow. But what's the point of dealing with shadow work? What's the point of doing shadow if we're not looking at ourselves? You can't look at anybody else's shadow and expect them to change. You're being asked to actually take ownership of your own shadow so that you stop being burdened by other people's grief. Wow. Okay. So what do we have? Oh, what's masculine gonna do? We got Ten of Swords. I'm hearing don't get your hopes up, at least not for now. And along with the Star. I'm playing with my setup, guys. I hope you don't mind. What's this Ten of Swords? What's the actions that the masculine is likely to make at this time? Because you still need to work on something. Like that's kind of what this says. Like this card is tied to you. Like we got some rainbow here, rainbow there, rainbow, rainbow everywhere. But which okay. So the final oracle message. We know exactly what deck we want to work with now. But tell me about this Ten of Swords. Something needs to come to an end. Like, it's like, yeah, no shit, berries. Of course something needs to come to an end. But this is a responsibility of the masculine alone. You have governorship and authority within your life. It is still up to you to decide who is still worth walking away from. And I think to give you a clue as to what this could be, it's a material consideration, a sense of perceived safety. This could be about money. This could be about your home situation. Maybe when it comes to children, self-care, being able to look after yourself. Like a lot of stuff has come up for you in this particular reading. And it's so important that, well, if you're going to be checking on this masculine and seeing what they're up to, you need to take the lessons of their mistakes and integrate it into your own life. Because if you're stuck in judgment with how angry you are with this person, I guarantee you, you will not be able to move forward and you will be stuck in this Ten of Swords yourself. What do we have? We've got the card of the Hermit and the Hierophant. This is spiritual enlightenment. And I really feel like this oh, okay. I will say this. The masculine is secretly, very secretly seeking out spiritual tools. This is actually kind of cool. It's sort of like they're researching things like music with certain hertz frequencies, like music, healing music, different, like, you hear like white noise, brown noise, gray noise, but you also can get like blue noise, green. I suddenly have this feeling like they're trying to check out different like meditation apps or something to kind of help teach them how to regulate, because they're stuck. Like this masculine's really stuck and they're starting to realize they can't keep investing into this and expecting something different to happen. And I really get the sense of guilt from the double came back, King of Pentacles, because right now they're still trying to save this relationship because there is a material consideration. Whether that's their pride, their what's the word I'm thinking of? It could be their pride, it could be their housing situation, it could be family, it could just be keeping up appearances. Like if this person had to sell their house, like I get a lot of this sort of house energy and housing energy. It's one of these things like they don't really own the house. Like their parents gave them the money. They didn't even have the money. It's sort of like if their parents decided to like take all the money away, this masculine would be royally fucked. And so they want to keep aligning to this person because it gives them a false sense of safety. It means they haven't learned the lesson. But over here at the Page of Pentacles, this is also your sense of safety. Tell me more about the Star. Like the Star is a wish come true. Like I do feel that. Remember, like we got the rainbow here with temperance, and it's like this flamingo practicing tree pose. I feel like you're doing a good job trying to pursue different spiritual avenues to help improve your mental, physical, and spiritual well-being. And I would invite you to go check out my Patreon. I do have a free Reiki meditation to help you connect to your higher self. If you haven't checked it out yet, I do highly recommend you go there and try it out. I'm working on a collection of meditations to help inspire and boost your creativity, to help walk away from toxic relationships and break karmic cords. Like wherever it is that you're being led, you gotta follow, like the universe is giving you the breadcrumbs. It's no longer following the breadcrumbs of karma, but the divine breadcrumbs, because you are being gifted light codes as you go. And as you pursue that, the masculine is subconsciously pursuing it as well. Page of Cups came back, Six of Cups, because a lot of this, like, think of it this way, even if you have no interaction with this karmic, you don't even like them in the first place, I want to argue this person's also your karmic. Even if the masculine is dealing with most of the physical interactions, you have a karmic tie to this person, even if it's just on an energetic level. When it comes to what home and safety is supposed to be, you and this karmic actually do have a trauma bond. You guys actually do have a similar wound. I was talking about being happy on the surface, but grieving in the undertow. And it's because both you and this karmic have had a really bad habit of just bending yourself and trying to conform to make things happier for everybody else. And if this isn't the karmic that is doing this, this is definitely the divine masculine. There's someone here who's benefiting from being an asshole, and the other person's too afraid to confront them due to a fawning trauma. And it means that one person's compressed and the other person has free reign, and it's causing a lot of havoc. 9 of Wands. Like, you need to take a lesson from what's going on here. If you're bowing down to other energies, if you're being avoidant when the energy requires you to step up and speak up for yourself, there isn't much you can do about moving forward. This is about you learning to heal your feminine energy so that even when you come across karmic individuals, they don't vibrate in a way that would trigger you. You can just walk about freely, feeling better that, okay, that person has their issue, but it won't impact me. I'm just going to walk away and go over here. The more you understand that about yourself, the more this masculine is going to pick up light codes. So what is it that my lovely viewer who's watching this right now, what energy can they be in to help them seek out the tools required in order to elevate their well-being, to heal out old traumas so that they stop bending and breaking themselves to appease other people, all in the name of safety? What is it that they need to know? Death. You are going through a very powerful transformation, but the person who you were needs to die off. The person who you used to be needs to no longer exist. You need to put that version of you in the past. Just trust that you are taking the steps required to get towards your independence, to ensure that no matter what, you never have to succumb to anybody else's manipulation. Self-love is true love, and you never have to sell love, and you never have to give up your energy for anybody else. Just allow the past to die. Become the person who it is that you desire to be, and then just trust that you are working towards your own sense of spiritual elevation. I'm just saying, wow, whew, I got a headache from that one. Damn. Well, whoever it is that you are, I really hope that this helped. Please let me know below how this might have resonated with you. Check out the description if you need some resources. I do private readings along with the Patreon. And otherwise, when I see you guys at the next one, I'm wishing you peace, love, and all the berries.